Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for today. So, check this out. I am going to send a word of encouragement directly to the people that are going through this religious exemption process, man. And it doesn't matter what venue you're going through it in, right? It feels like all of us are kind of going through the same thing. So whether you're in the military with the Air Force, Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Coast Guard, or you're just a DoD contractor, whatever have you, right? You're going through the same process. It doesn't matter if you're like a nurse or a doctor, you're out in those fields and you're going through this process and you're getting no love. This word of encouragement for you. Or maybe like you're just a plumber or an electrician and you're trying to have your religious rights honored. This is a word of encouragement for you, man. God will use our small little act of glory for him, like our small little box of telling the world we don't want what it's selling. He'll use it for the good of his entire kingdom. And I know we probably have different examples of that, and we probably know it. We probably know it logically, man, but to feel it and to know it intuitively that God is not ignoring our honor of him in the face of either our boss or our government or whatever have you. God is not ignoring that, and he's honored by it, and he's going to use it. One way or another, God is going to use it to the good of his glory. And so I was looking in the book of Daniel, right? And the last time I was on here, I did a video on Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And those dudes, hearing the government decree come down, and they're like, we can't do it. And the king tosses them in the fire. Like, that's one thing, right? But then you have Daniel, the story of Daniel, right? You come to Daniel, and Daniel's circumstance with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego going through their thing. Daniel, he has another king come along and says, the only person you can pray to is me. I am God on earth. And Daniel's like, man, I serve the Most High. There's absolutely no way. And as I talked to a lot of people that were going through this process, and I've talked to dozens of people, and I'm in communication with hundreds of people that have said to their employer, that have said to their government, I am a servant of the Most High. I cannot do what you're asking of me. It would be a violation of my relationship with the Most High. And Daniel goes through that, and he built within his decree. He says, if anybody worships anyone other than me, I'm going to toss them in a den of lions. And so Daniel's like, man, God, you're going to have to help me out with this one, because I can't not pray to you. I can't pray to anybody else. I cannot switch my worldview. I can't hear someone saying trust something man-made as opposed to something God-made, and be okay with it. It just doesn't sit well with me. So God, you're going to have to protect me. And like I said, listening to these folks that have been going through this religious exemption process, they're saying similar stuff. I cannot take what's been man-made over what has been God ordained. And for Daniel, they throw him in the lion's den. If you know the story of Daniel, God shuts the mouth of the lions. He stays in there all night with the lions. The king comes first thing in the morning because he was put in a bad spot. He had some people that were underhanded trying to get him to ruin Daniel's life, right? He didn't want to do that to Daniel, so he goes and he looks in on Daniel. He's like, Daniel, did your God save you? And he's like, yeah, God shut the lion's mouth, man. Like, can you believe this? Oh, man. So the king brings him out, and instead of the lions eating Daniel, the king tosses all the people that tried to undermine him into the pit along with their families. And it's like before their bodies even hit the ground, the lions had torn them to shreds. So it's crazy, right? But check out what the king says. This is what I want to encourage you with. This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 25. It says, Then King Darius wrote to all the peoples, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth. Peace be multiplied to you. I make a decree that in all my royal dominion, people are to tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, enduring forever. His kingdom shall never be destroyed, and his dominion shall be to the end. He delivers and rescues. He works signs and wonders in heaven and on earth. He who has saved Daniel from the power of the lions. Something happens when we honor God in front of people. God shows up. When we say, even to the most powerful forces in our world, I have to represent God, God is both glorified and he starts to work within the minds of the hearts of the people that were previously set against him. He starts to work in their minds and their hearts that plan of salvation. So you may not be a person that goes around preaching the gospel and stuff like that. You know, that may not be your gig. You might not be a person that goes around the world on missionary trips and stuff like that. But when the time comes and you have to choose between serving something of this world or serving the Lord, man, go with God. He's going to be with you. And he's going to, not only is he going to lift you up, we know Daniel's story forever now. Not only is he going to lift you up, he's going to lift up his kingdom in the minds of the hearts of the people that were previously set against it. So your small effort of representing God is not going to waste it. So I hope that's a word of encouragement for you for today. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, man. I love doing this with y'all. I love praying for y'all. So hit me up in the email how I could be praying. Man, y'all know I love y'all, man. I hope y'all doing good. And until next time, grace and peace.